Hi, and welcome back to my sewing room for my weekly UFO update. This week I'm on week 26 of sewing at least 15 minutes a day on my UFOs, and I've made some really good progress on my Whirl-a-Jig quilt. Let me show you what I got done. Even though I had set myself up to sew the main block, I was in the mood for trimming. So I started this week by trimming my pinwheel blocks. I didn't cut off too much. This is my leftover pile from all the blocks. Some blocks just needed a sliver cut off, but it helped square them up, which will make it easier to add the triangles later. Last week, Danette had asked how I keep my 15 minutes a day projects from taking over my sewing space. Some days it sits out by the machine, like last week when I was laying out all my 9 patches. But for the most part, when I need the space around the machine for my main sewing projects, I try to get to a point where I can easily put things back in the bin. Most of the time I can get to a good stopping point in about 15 minutes, but sometimes I do spend a few extra minutes to get there. Last week, after I got all my 9 patches done, I put them and the 4 patches back in the bin. The pinwheel blocks didn't quite fit, so I kept them on the lid. I kept the bin closed, but out of the way. When I'm ready to sew my 15 minutes for the day, I open it back up. Usually what I want to work on next is on the top, like these last 9 patch pieces, and that's what I started with on day 2. I laid out all the pieces in the order that I wanted, and I sewed them together piece by piece. It took me several minutes to finish, longer than I expected, and it got me thinking about chain piecing and how much more efficient it is time-wise if you need to sew a lot of the same block. Every time I have to pick up and put down the scissors or the iron, it adds time to the clock. So if you only have to pick up those items once, it can eliminate some time. It may not seem like a lot of time, but over 100 blocks, that time can really add up. For the rest of my 15 minutes, I got out the 4 patches and the 9 patches to sew together to the main block. I sewed these the same as my smaller 9 patches, and I started by sewing a background square to one of my pieced units. And I'm glad I was paying attention this time, because the first 4 patch was facing the right way, but the rest had all got turned. The print fabric of the 4 patches needs to be in the bottom right, so it can make a chain when sewn next to the 9 patches in the block. I'm really glad I caught that. I didn't want to be spending any of my UFO minutes unpicking stitches. Do you usually catch mistakes as you go, or do you find them once the whole quilt is finished? I usually find them as I go. Sometimes I have to do some unpicking, but once in a while I did find one after everything was already quilted. And you just have to leave it there. I did sew a couple minutes over my 15 minutes on day 2, but that was so I could finish up the pile of 9 patches. So at the end of my time, I had the background sewn into 2 piles. This time I'll keep the units where they are, because I wasn't using my main machine for my main project, as that was in the quilting stage. I already had the backing loaded and ready to go. I can show off this backing fabric as it's an Island Batik foundation print, and you can get those all the time. But the quilting of this secret catalog quilt is what I spent the rest of my day sewing. On Friday, which was day 3, I sewed the 3rd row of the background to the 4 patches, and then I added the last background square to the other side of my 9 patches. And when I did that, I ended up with 1 extra background square. I was hoping I had miscounted my 4 patch piles, but I needed to get back to quilting my other projects, so I decided to wait and lay everything out before making a new 4 patch square. Saturday turned out to be a no-sew day. The weather was so beautiful, we got up early and spent the day on the water. But on Sunday, I was back at the machine, and I was able to press the backgrounds I sewed on Friday, and I laid out all my pieces on the design wall. I wanted to make sure I didn't get too much of the same prints in each block. At this stage, it's a little harder not to duplicate a print, but as long as the same print wasn't touching, I was okay with that. Day 6, I started sewing the single 4 patches to their block rows. I pulled them off the design wall in order from the top of one column down to the bottom, and then I moved over to the next column, adding pieces to the bottom of my stack. My pile was getting too big for my hands, so I stopped a little more than halfway, and that was plenty, as it took me the rest of my 15 minutes to sew those together. I spent a few extra minutes and I gave them a quick press, and I put them all back on the design wall. Day 7, I finished sewing on the last 4 patches. Again, I stacked them in piles, keeping them in order. When those were sewn, I still had some time left, so I started sewing the blocks together. I took each block off the design wall, and I stacked them one at a time to make 3 piles. But first, I decided I wanted to sew 1 whole block, just to get a feel of what it would look like, and then I chain pieced the rest. I started with the bottom row, and I sewed it to the middle row. My timer did go off when I was more than halfway through, but I decided to take a few more minutes to finish the pile. I clipped them and carefully stacked them back in order, and I'll save the pressing for next week. And that's where I finished this week of UFO sewing. I've almost finished sewing all the main blocks. They just need the top row sewn on, and then I'll be ready to finish up the pinwheel blocks. Last week I put the last stitch in my Island Batik catalog quilts, so now I have more time to devote to my UFOs in one sitting. That means I'll be able to quilt my one block wonder and my orange spiderweb quilt. But I really want to finish up this one too, since the 4th of July is this month. So I'm still going to focus on my Whirl-a-Jig quilt until I can get the top done and get it quilted. But this week, with 4th of July coming up, I have some family activities going on this weekend, so I'll probably stick to my 15 minutes a day for some of the days. Other days, I may be able to knock out a big chunk of progress. I'm hoping to at least finish the top by next week. So come back next week and see how much I actually get done. Thanks so much for following along, and until next time, happy sewing.